Hey guys, this is Eleanor, and I am here with Lauren Brassfield. She's a current student in the LEAD program, serving in our kids ministry. It's so great to have you, Lauren. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
So, I guess let's just start out. Just tell me a little bit about yourself, where you came from.
Yeah, totally. Well, my name is Lauren, and I go to SAGU. Now I'm a part of the LEAD program, and it's been really cool. But I grew up in Wylie, Texas for the most part. Moved back and forth between Oklahoma and Texas for a long time, but came from a great family. They love the Lord, and really excited to be able to say that as well. But so now I'm about to be a senior at SAGU, and major is church leadership, and I intern in EPIC Kids. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about your journey kind of to the LEAD program? How'd you hear about us? What were you doing?
Yeah, totally. So when I graduated high school, I knew that the Lord wanted me to go into full-time ministry.
Yeah.
He called me at a young age. It was really, really clear, and he totally reaffirmed that after I graduated high school.
Yeah.
So I spent a year interning in a student ministry at my home church, and that was really awesome. Loved to be able to do that. But when it came time for me to transfer to SAGU, I knew I needed some ministry practicum experience somewhere. So I actually started talking to my counselor about things and kind of trying to see what they had at SAGU. And one of the first things that she brought up when I was meeting with her was the LEAD program.
Yeah.
And so what was awesome about that is being able to actually meet Pastor Brian that same day.
Oh, wow.
My family and I got to talk to him, got to hear more about the program, and really felt good about what it had to offer. A great thing was the Accelerated Masters, and then the other thing was just the ability to work with a church that's as healthy as the Oaks. And so those were really cool. So continue to look into it. I just continued to research it, and actually came up here a couple weeks later. Got to come to a service on Sunday and hear Pastor Scott preach and meet more of you guys, actually.
Yeah.
And that was phenomenal. That's really where I felt like the Lord told me, this is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because just seeing the love that this church has for the people, the love that it has for the Lord and its community, that's what really attracted me here. So after hearing about the program, the educational opportunities, just experiencing the Oaks, I just knew that this is where I belonged for this time. So
Well, it's awesome having you here. I know that we love having you here. We're so glad that you decided to join us at the Oaks and in the LEAD program. I know you mentioned that you did an internship before coming to LEAD program and to SAGU. So what was that like, making that transition, having a different type of experience?
Yeah, totally. So I would say anytime you transition between two really great things, you're definitely going to be nervous. And so I was definitely nervous during that transition. When I was an intern before, I was an intern in a student ministry. Mm-hmm. And so it was awesome because I got lots of practice discipling the girls in that ministry and spending time with them. And we actually started that student ministry when I started being an intern.
Oh, wow.
So new student pastors, we started with 12 students, and now it's like 45 or 50 kids. So it was awesome to be able to do that with them. So when I transitioned over into the LEAD program, I missed those girls.
Yeah.
And it was hard just to move, But what was so awesome is that this church made that transition so smooth for me. Because as soon as I got here, man, they just loved on me so much. The leadership, the pastoral staff, even our kids, as soon as I joined the kids ministry, man, their hearts were just so open. And so it was awesome to be able to have a home as soon as I walked in.
Yeah.
And so, that transition is definitely interesting for anyone who makes it, but this church really does its best to make any transition in your life super smooth, and they welcome you right in. So it was good.
Awesome. Well, I know you mentioned you did student ministry, and then when you came here, you decided to do kids ministry with Pastor Joey in EPIC. So why kids ministry, or where do you feel like that's taking you?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I definitely felt a call into student ministry. I'm really passionate about the next generation, and so I knew that that was where the Lord was directing my life. And so in coming here, just right off the bat, I just assumed that I would be in the student ministry.
Yeah.
As I began to pray, though, and really seek the Lord and kind of what He wanted to do with my time here, I really felt like He was directing me towards kids ministry. And really that direction really took off after meeting Pastor Joey. He's a phenomenal leader, and the amount of time that he spends with his interns and everything like that is incredible.
Yeah.
And so we kind of hit it off and really felt like the Lord was leading me there. And so it's definitely not what I planned. But the cool thing about this church is that we have so many awesome ministries, so many awesome pastors, and so many great leaders. And so one of the things that was awesome about what Pastor Brian advised me is he said, man, go with the leader that you really hit it off with. And so I did that. The whole kids staff is exactly the same way. We just totally hit it off. And man, I love those kids. And so the Lord just really directed me there, and it's been great every single Sunday and Wednesday. It's been fantastic. So.
Yeah, I think it's so great to see students really open themselves up to all of the different kinds of ministries, you know, and say, hey, maybe this isn't exactly where I feel called, but I click with this leader, and there's things I can learn there and systems that I can learn and take wherever you go.
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly
you can
right.
Apply them whatever ministry you end up in. So with that in mind, you know, where is Lauren Brassfield 5 years from now? 5 years down the road, what are you doing? Where are you at?
Well, I'm definitely wherever the Lord wants me to be, for sure. But I do believe that that is going to include some type of student ministry in the future, definitely next generation. And I do know that that's going to include, discipleship, bringing up other leaders. I'm huge on evangelism as far as with kids and students on their campuses.
Yeah.
And so I would love to be able to incorporate all those things into whatever ministry I'm at. And in EPIC, one of the cool things is that every single one of my spiritual gifts and my talents, they've grown. And then they've also challenged areas where I needed to grow. And so using that stuff in the future will be great. And I definitely feel like that the Lord is just going to guide me and direct me in that time.
Yeah.
And whatever that is, it'll be good. It'll be good. So
you mentioned that being an EPIC challenged you in some ways. Is there one kind of moment or maybe one season that was the biggest challenge that you faced since you've been in this internship? And tell us about that and what you've learned from it, you know, things like that.
Yeah, so first semester of the internship was really awesome because the staff took time to kind of get to know us and know our strengths and weaknesses and that kind of thing. So second semester, they really placed us in a spot. And so the spot that I was placed in was a volunteerism role. Which was phenomenal because I love people. So it was really cool to get to work with our volunteers, be able to spend time with them and pour into them. And so that was something I loved doing. Something that definitely stretched me, though, is I'm not super, by nature, super detail-oriented. And I had not created systems before. And so those were some intricate processes that I'd never dealt with before. And so those did challenge me. Trying to make sure that, everything is exactly what it needs to be. And so the Lord really stretched me in that area because you cannot succeed in ministry unless you're willing to take care of the details. And so even as big picture people, those details are so important. And so that's definitely one of the areas that the Lord is stretching me in and growing me in. And what's cool is now I've transitioned into a different position in EPIC that's like a service position over our 2nd through 5th graders. And that is very much a big picture role. And so it's awesome to be able to bring those details and bring those skills that I learned there into this new thing. So it's awesome. Yep.
That's awesome, and that's really exciting. We can't wait to see where you go and all the amazing things that you do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, of course. Of course.